Davey Show.
I have seen the dark shadows moving in the woods, and I have no doubt that whatever I have resurrected through this book is sure to come calling for me.
David, you look absolutely terrific, honestly. You've got like glue on.
This is where the worst begins.
Wait, what happened?
Davey Show.
I have seen the dark shadows moving in the woods, and I have no doubt that whatever I have resurrected through this book is sure to come calling for me.
David, you look absolutely terrific, honestly. You've got like glue on.
This is where the worst begins. This is where we must stop. For beyond is the work of madness. The nightmare of insane murder and lingering death.
Get inside and lock your doors. Close your windows.
Someone is watching you. Someone is waiting for you. Someone wants to scare you to death.
This is Albert from the Tuesday Show. You're listening to the goddamn Dave Hill Show, now on a flipping Monday.
No. You're an angel witch. Thank you. Was that no really loud? It felt really loud on this end, not to
It's a little
brag.
jarring.
It was jarring for me, and I said it. I scared myself. It's like when you fall asleep on... Do you ever fall asleep like on a plane and you wake yourself up from your own snoring?
No.
Not in a plane.
I can't even sleep on a plane, so...
I usually sleep like before it takes off, and then I wake up kind of once we're up there. And I
part that way though.
Not to be all, even though I haven't been on a plane in a long time, though I will be going on a plane this Sunday.
Ooh.
Not to brag. I'm going to Hotlanta.
Nice.
Oh,
it's a big surprise that is going to be of international intrigue.
But it's Atlanta.
In
Atlanta. It's all going to become very clear very soon why I'm going to Atlanta. I'm reuniting the Black Crows. I'm taking it upon myself to but let's get... Hello! And welcome to the Dave Hill Goodtime Hour with me, Dave Hill. From before, how are you doing, boy criminal Chris Gersbeck?
Fantastic. I'm great.
Are you what is that? Is that this is part of your mod phase, right?
Yeah. I bought
your outfit right now.
Mod clothes. This is Trojan Records, which is reggae record label. There's a really good documentary on. Have you watched it? No, I haven't. On Hulu, right? Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
I don't know if it's on Hulu. I watch everything. I'm literally the only person that watches Tubi.
No, Tubi's cool.
It's on Tubi. I know it's on Tubi. That's where I saw it. Though I shouldn't mention Tubi because I think it's owned by Fox News. I could be wrong. Even though they have a lot of stuff
that Fox, probably not Fox News.
I don't know.
Fox News doesn't own Fox Sports. That's a different.
Oh, okay. I don't know how it all works. I don't know how basic things work. Ed, how are you doing, New Jersey Chicken Rancher? Dez?
Doing very well. I had an extra beer with dinner, so it might be a little loose tonight.
You seem wasted.
What?
You were hoisting. Wait, you had an extra beer with dinner, but you have a large beer on your person right now.
I guess that's the extra beer.
No one's judging you.
I had
a lampshade over his head before we went live.
Yeah, he's getting loose. So it's your second beer or third beer? No judgment.
This would be two.
If you said third, that would be fine.
Maybe it is the third then. We'll see.
All right.
Then,
but my question, what kind of beer is it?
Long Trail double bag.
Ooh, what is that?
It's like a brownish malt forward ale.
Is Long Trail, is that a New Jersey beverage beer?
Vermont.
Vermont. Ooh.
Yeah. It's like the one non-IPA at the liquor store that has any heft to it.
Do you know Carton Brewing?
Yeah, they're Jersey Shore concern. Actually, right down the street from my mother-in-law's house.
I'm drinking right now from a Carton Brewing glass. I had Carton Brewing beer this weekend at a party. I went to a party. I almost didn't go because it was going to rain, and that threatens my hair. So I was like, better not go to the party. But then I just kept hearing all this speculation that we're going to have another lockdown, which I don't think is going to happen. But even the mere hint of it, I thought I should go to this party and party.
Yeah.
And so I went and I had some Carton Brewing. But this glass I got from somewhere in Asbury. I did a show, and they had this glass at the bar, and I liked it so much. I had just done a show, and I felt all powerful. So I said, I am taking this glass home with me.
Right.
And they were like, okay, fine.
Like I bet.
Take it out of your pay, big man.
If there's like another lockdown, though, we don't have to avoid other vaccinated people, right?
It's a whole new.
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so.
I found myself.
You can still come to my DJ night that doesn't exist if that's what you're asking.
I just mean it's going to be a different kind of lockdown where we could still see people. We just can't do anything.
It'll be the loosey-goosey lockdown.
Yeah.
I'm all for that. I kind of like that. Like, part of me, when I first heard the rumblings, like people getting nervous about there being another lockdown, part of me thought, oh, cool. Oh, cool. We can go back to not doing anything.
Would you go back to Ohio?
Probably not for the loosey-goosey lockdown.
Yeah.
If it's a loosey-goosey lockdown, I'd probably stay put because, I mean, I feel like New York has a higher vaccination rate than most other places, so it's probably...
Unless the science breaks that the vaccine just falls apart and does absolutely nothing. I don't know. I mean, everybody they say
is,
as long as they get the vaccine, they're not going to end up in the hospital or dead.
No. And though I have friends who went to Costa Rica with a group of like family and extended family and friends, 13 people total, all ostensibly vaccinated, people they trusted. And they said at one point 3 people in their group started like coughing and sneezing a lot over the course of a couple days. And they were like, hey, what's up? You're vaccinated, right? And they were like, oh, actually, no, we didn't. Oh, my God. So they got COVID and they gave it. So 3 unvaccinated people got it and 3 vaccinated people got breakthrough COVID.
But did they lie about having the vaccine?
I think it sounds to me like they didn't lie. They just kind of avoided answering directly.
Yeah.
Like they're like, hey, like if I said to a group of people, hey, you guys all vaccinated? And a bunch of people said, yep. And then,
sure.
And then 3 people said, we're doing great. They clearly didn't answer the question.
Right.
Yeah.
But if that were to happen, you would be like, oh, they must mean, yes, I've been vaccinated, and I'm doing great. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know what my point is.
According to the chat, a 1 and a 2 says either Dave is louder or the boys are quieter.
The smart money is Dave is louder because
I'll do what I can.
I think out of sheer laziness, I like, I'm leaning back. I don't have my computer. I have my computer at. I should put it at a different name. It's at like a really unflattering, angle. I got to get one of those things. There we go. I just shaved 5 years off my life by moving the computer.
If you could come up with any green screen background, what would
not
you,
off my life, but off my appearance. But maybe off my life.
Can you throw up a green screen background?
I don't know how to do that. I think I need to update my computer software. Yes, my background is framed photos and random things hanging around me.
And a base.
Including one of the dresses from Bunny, my new clothing line. Go to thebunnyshops.com.
Oh, we got the tote bag.
Oh, how is it?
It's awesome. Should I go get it real quick?
Yeah, show the tote bag. There's tote bags now. There's slip-on like shoes.
Can I carry records in the tote bag? Is it that size?
You can. I think so.
Nice.
There's robes coming out next week. We should focus.
I can't fit a record in that. Maybe a 45.
45, no problem, pal.
That'd be perfect for 45s. Yeah.
Maybe even a 78.
That's a whole other kind of lifestyle, though. I'm more of a 33 and a third sort of person.
All right, guess we have to make another bag.
I don't want to give you more work to do, but
I mean, you'd be shocked how little work
there's
I
a
had
market
to do
for us.
There's a market. We have an incredible program tonight. Justin Connor, producer, director, star of the film The Golden Age, is joining us shortly, as well as my dear friend Tierney Tough from The Pauses, who has a new solo EP out called I'm a farce to reckon with. I wanted to be 1,000%. This is what happens when I memorize things. It just came out, so that's why I don't know it. Like, you know, Exile on Main Street.
Yeah, Dark Side.
But it's excellent, and she's awesome, and they're both going to be joining us tonight for this incredible show. Does this ever happen to you guys?
What's that?
Oh, some comments. Wow, Dez looks great. Wow, someone's trying to ruin your marriage. Someone's just trying to get in there and throw some elbows at your marriage.
Must be some lighting.
And I can't stress enough, this Friday, I'll be at City Winery. New earlier showtime, 9:30 p.m. I think it was going to start at 10, but now it's going to be...
I think it was 9:45 actually.
Oh, was it? It started 15... So it's starting 15 minutes earlier.
I can't make it then. Sorry.
Oh, fuck off. But there are some tickets still available, and everyone has to come. I know Dez is not allowed to cross, for legal reasons, allowed to cross the Hudson.
It's a sad state of affairs, but that'll take me till like Tuesday to get over going out Friday night.
This is fair. But this Friday, if you're within 500 miles of New York City, City Winery, this will be my first, dare I say, I hate using words like headlining shows, but it is. It's my show, but I'm going to be joined by my wonderful friends Caitlin Cook, Jim Tews, and of course Jesse Paris-Smith, who was on last week. It's going to be a great show. I'm going to tell jokes, or my best approximation of them, stories, or my best approximation of them, and I'm going to sing some songs even. I'm not afraid. I'm just going to do it. In my old age, I'm starting to just do everything at once, so I don't have to leave the house as much.
Yeah, knock it all out.
I'm going to jokes, songs, rip some solos, break some hearts. I might even bring some books to sign and sell, and then sign again.
It's going to be a heavy bag. A lot of books.
I know. Plus, I hate selling merch in person because then you have to stand there and hope that everyone's going to buy it. That's why I like selling stuff online, because
You don't have a merch person at the show?
No, because I'm a man of the people. I couldn't know. I have such my self-esteem, you know, despite being an international superstar. I can't, because then I wouldn't want to get a merch person, because anytime I get a merch person, I don't sell nearly as much stuff.
Because you're the draw, essentially.
I guess they're like, let's get up close and see what he smells like.
Talk to the guy.
And then you have someone else who has nothing but a 20 writing on this. The 20 that I'm going to pay them for standing there for 10 minutes. And, you know, they come back and be like, yeah, you sold nothing tonight. You owe me $20. I don't know.
You do pretty good on the merch, though, don't you?
I do pretty well. I mean, I really, since I couldn't do anything else during the pandemic, I started selling merch, and I realized, like, oh, people will buy it. So that's nice. I'm honored. I went to a party Saturday, and my man Chris, I don't know if he wants to be outed by his full name, different from Gersbeck, he had a Dangerous Snakes Who Hate Bullshit t-shirt and shoes on.
Oh.
Full head to toe regalia.
It's like it's kind of like the Guardian Angels, but
it was a lot. Yeah, I'm afraid. I think it's partially sort of like when you make a lasagna, you finish. Not that I've ever made a lasagna, but I'm told this is the case. You finish and then you're like, oh, lasagna is the last thing I want now. I would just have a sandwich. You guys enjoy the lasagna. That's kind of partially how I feel about wearing the dangerous, any of my own merch, basically. Mm-hmm. Even though I get it for free, or at cost at the very least. I get it at cost, I believe. That's what I really get it for. And then, but it's that thing. I'm like, oh, well, it's like eating my own lasagna. That, and also, but with the Dangerous Snake shirt, I do wear them sometimes, but when I do, I'm like, I'm identifying myself as the leader of this international street gang. Basically, I'm just begging to be assassinated.
Are you really identifying yourself, though? You're just wearing the same garb as everybody else in the gang. There's no special hat or...
Oh, well, there's the face that identifies me as international superstar Dave Hill. Excuse me. Gosh, whoa.
That's fair. Well, if that's better.
The face is the currency, for better, for worse. Right. My mic is probably still louder, isn't it? I should probably turn it down. Should I?
Sound okay.
Where's the professionalism on my end? Gosh, you would think.
I can't get bed music working tonight, so don't worry.
Why can't you get bed? How are we supposed to do the crime blotter if we can't get the bed music working?
I keep trying to play. I already tested the video. I keep trying.
Wait, so someone says they double booked. Okay, everyone's coming. Everyone better be there on Friday.
I'll be there.
You're going to be there, Chris. I might even leave you tickets. Given our close friendship, I'm thinking of leaving you free tickets. Thinking.
At least one, maybe.
You know what's the worst is my family, on the rare occasion that they come to see me perform.
Right.
On the extremely rare occasion, they insist on buying tickets, and they buy them ahead of time before I've even had a chance to think about doing the guest list. I'll be like, okay, so how many tickets do you need? They're like, oh, we bought tickets. I'm like, that's literally the one thing I have to offer as a brother, as a son, as a cousin, as a whatever. I can give you free tickets.
Is there a way as the performer that you can like pick up their tab or something since they bought the tickets?
I imagine there is, but no, there's no way in hell I'm doing that.
Yeah, well, that's true. No. That's cash out of your pocket as opposed to
no thanks.
You're just like waving off money you're not going to get. So I guess that makes sense.
Oh boy. No, I guess I could. No, but usually, the drinking's all done by the time I get off the stage. True. People have left. They've just drinking themselves silly just to deal with the pain of watching me perform. I shouldn't be so self-deprecating.
Playing Thursday night too, aren't you?
No, I'm not. Witch Taint is playing Wednesday.
Oh, I thought that was someone texted me and asked if I was going Thursday.
No, Witch Taint. The problem with having an alter ego in another band, well, I mean, Friday will be comedy with some music, but I have my alter ego, Lance the King of Black Metal, in Witch Taint, and because it's an alter ego, I compartmentalize it as a totally different guy with a totally different schedule, and I forget.
Lance is busy.
Yeah. Well, my dear friend Rhett Miller is performing Wednesday at City Winery, so I was like, hey, I'm going to come see you. And then he's like, great. And then he was like, oh, you should come out and, do some stuff on the show. So I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. That'd be great. And then I realized an hour later, I was like, wait, Lance the King of Black Metal has a show that night in Brooklyn. So like an idiot, I had to text him, and I was like, I forgot that my alter ego has to be somewhere else. I can't be there. I felt like an idiot.
It's a lot to balance.
It is. No one made me go into show business.
You want to take a call?
I do, but I put this before I do. Let me ask.
Go ahead.
Let me ask this question.
Fire away.
Do you guys do this thing, Dez? Maybe you can't weigh into this because you live in parts unknown New Jersey. Okay. But Chris, do you do this? I got an email from someone I have not seen or heard from in years and years. I met them. We both lived in the Chelsea Hotel at the same time back in the early 2000s. Mm-hmm. And she dropped me a line out of the blue, and she's no longer living in New York. And I had this knee-jerk reaction like, what? You don't get to leave? Do you do that?
You mean like leave without saying anything?
I always think when people leave, I'm like, what? Like, I can't believe if I'm I can't decide if I'm disappointed in them or I'm jealous. I can't. I don't know. I'm like, am I mad? Like, am I jealous they're gone, or I don't know. But it was an emotion. It was a thought, and I sort of examined the thought, and I was like, what's that about, Dave?
I don't know.
What is it about?
I don't know. If in my case, it's usually I'm more like annoyed because it'll be like a comedian that I really like and book a lot, and then I go to book them and they're like, no, I live in LA now. And,
pretty much anyone that has even done one open mic eventually moves to LA, with the exception of me and like 4 other people. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, like Aparna and Turla used to do shows at QED like all the time, and then she's like my favorite, and then moved to LA.
She moved to LA?
For a little bit. She's back now.
I don't think she lives in LA. She just went there to do a TV show.
Maybe
as far as I know.
Telling me that so she didn't have to do my shows. Ooh, that's always possible.
No, I think she went out there to do it. I'm pretty sure she lives in New York.
No, she does now, but there was like a while where she didn't.
I think she was just out there doing show business.
Yeah.
No, I think she's one of the good ones who doesn't leave for good. Let's take that call. I've heard rumors of.
Sure, you got it. Call, you there?
Hello, you fine folks. Yes, I hope I'm here.
It's Elvira.
I had a feeling. Elvira Canaveral from Minneapolis, Minnesota. He's been on hold since 4:30 this afternoon. What's going on? Paint us a picture with words, since the delay makes it really impossible to have a meaningful back and forth.
Well, I had a first meeting at the Fitzgerald Theater for coming back, so that's an exciting
Fitzgerald Theater
going to be starting up again.
Is that the theater that I perform? Wait, slow down. Speak. Do 2 sentences at a time.
It's not where we met. It's not
where we fell in love.
But it's where Prairie Home Companion usually used to happen.
Oh, so Fitzgerald Theater is in St. Paul.
Yes.
Correct.
And it was recently purchased by First Avenue.
I thought you were going to say Comcast.
Across town.
I thought you were going to say Comcast bought them. That was the hope.
Give them a week.
I've performed at the Fitzgerald Theater a couple times on John Moe's show.
It's a magical place.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to work on Wits as well.
I was out there a couple times. I bought a seersucker suit at Jaime's in St. Paul. I think it's called Jaime's. Be a weird name to get wrong.
Yep. It's where I take friends whenever they need a good makeover day.
Isn't that's what's like Jaime's menswear, right?
I think that's Hanes.
Yep, and they also have a barber shop in there.
Yeah, I bought a purple seersucker suit there. It's too big now.
The owner is always dressed to the nines.
I got a suit. It was really cheap, the suit. It was so cheap, like it was kind of like when you see sushi that's too cheap and you don't know if you want it because you're like, I feel like I should be paying more for sushi. That's how I felt about this suit. It was like, but I'm leaner and meaner. It doesn't really fit. I'm debating getting it tailored. These are decisions I can make off air. But it's gorgeous.
Well, I've been really concerned. I'm not sure if this has happened to you, but somebody has snuck into my house and shrank all my clothes.
Yeah, that's happened to me.
I've heard of this.
That bastard.
It's like an epidemic. I mean, is there word of this in the crime blotter?
I've heard of it going around. Especially after the panda. Well, Elvira, I think we're about ready.
I'm going to let you go real quick. But I do want to let you know that there's always an open invitation in our rotating new comedy group, the Death Lords of Comedy.
What goes on there?
Well, the nice thing about Death Lords of having the title Death Lords is that it'll kind of cover anybody who has any kind of work. So if it goes a little blue, it's like, what did you expect? You're at a Death Lords of Comedy show. But if they work completely clean, it still has the irony of them working at a Death Lords of Comedy show.
You raise a fair point. Well, thank you, Elvira. Keep up the good work. We're all counting on you.
You as well, and our lives are better with you in it.
Thank you. That's so nice to hear.
What a fella.
Take care.
That's a lovely sentiment. You know, I know I put on a cheery facade, but I have dark days, so it's nice to hear that sort of thing.
Sure. Who doesn't?
Should we do the crime blot, or do we have our guests?
I think I figured out the music. I think Spotify is honestly just like down everywhere right now. That's usually what I use to.
Well, is our guest ready? Or
our
no?
Guest is ready too. Yeah.
Let's get our guest on. Why keep him waiting?
Go time.
Do you want to introduce him?
Yeah, I do. Our guest tonight is the producer, director, composer, soup to nuts, as they say, of a great film, The Golden Age, that Chris and I greatly enjoyed. Dez is our control group, who we do not expose to anything that we discuss on this show. He's
kind of works out.
We do not bring him up to speed on anything, so he's able to speak objectively. But anyway, it's a great movie, and I'm excited to talk to him about that and all sorts of other topics. Should we show the Golden Age card to burn it on the brain, and then let's do that. Let's bring him on. Why are my intros always so horrible? They're always derailed. They have their moments where you're like, oh, this seems like it's going to be a good intro. This will really tee up the guest well. And then I just torpedo myself unintentionally. Can't even pronounce words like unintentionally. But anyway, here he is. Justin Connor. There he is.
How are you, gentlemen?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Thank you for lowering your standards and joining us on this program.
I'm here from the Death Lords of Comedy. I wanted to invite you to the LA faction. That's cool.
Oh, man. I'm in. That's all it took. I see you have the nice LA sun coming in on you.
Yeah,
there.
It's coming in hot on the magic hour, sort of.
I like it. I like it.
Like that. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for joining us. I really enjoyed The Golden Age, and I was reading some of the materials on it. It got high praise from Ray Capo from Youth of Today.
Yeah, he's like a Hare Krishna devotee now, and there's some themes in the film.
Yeah.
And he had me on his podcast, and he dug it.
That's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting to see that name. My friend Walter plays in Youth of Today, so I'm familiar with. But then in watching the movie, I'm like, oh, it totally makes sense, given the Eastern connection to the film that Ray would be down with the movie.
Even a funnier musical connection, which was kind of sweet. I met years ago Julian Lennon, who's John Lennon's son. And I remember approaching him, and everyone always stargazing in LA, so I kind of like talked to him and said, hey, I know your dad was tough on you. My dad was tough on me as well, and I just want you to know, even though everyone's lauding you, I know you've been through it. And ever since then, we've been really close. But he saw the film and went really wild over it too.
Oh wow! Wait, so
cool, because I'm a huge Beatles fan, so it was like, it was like a nice connection to his dad,
Is it hard to? Well, I have many follow-up questions. So you just walked up, you just saw him in public somewhere?
No, I was bartending at this club years ago, and he always used to come in, and we just developed a nice shorthand. And he looks so much like his dad. I think everyone just is always, hey, I loved your dad, And I kind of flipped the script a little bit and just said, I know you kind of been through the ringer, and now we're brothers, or something, like, hey, I know where you're coming from, or I know where you've been through.
I like that.
Yeah, it was sweet.
Do you find it hard knowing someone like that? I don't know any children of Beatles, but I know people who, whose parents are like really prominent, this or that, right. And but I'm friends with them, because of them, not because of their parents.
Sure.
But then it's also that thing, and you're like, oh, I would like to ask about Abbey Road or whatever, or I do have a lot of Revolver questions, but I guess I shouldn't have asked, because it wouldn't be cool to just be like, hey, did your dad ever mention anything about on Revolver?
I am the walrus. Yeah, totally. Was that really about Paul dying with the walrus? Yeah, I just didn't want to go that route with him, because I knew he was, I didn't convey to him I was a huge Beatles fan, but I just kind of tried to see him outside of that projection that maybe he is always entrenched in,
Well, yeah, of course, but then it has. But then it's doubly frustrating, because then you can't even bring up. You can't even bring up Revolver. Like, you can't. You got to go so hard in the other way to maintain that. You can't.
They come on the jukebox and you like unplug it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna name names, but I was in a store with a friend, and her dad was in a very famous band, and the music comes on in the store, and there's only one other person working in the store, so I'm thinking they must have done this on purpose.
Oh, totally, did the playlist for the person.
And I'm just being like, oh, that would be annoying if I were to be like, hey, Dad's playing on the thing. Did you notice that? But it was never acknowledged, so like we left, and like 10 minutes later I was like, hey, trying to turn it on this guy at the store.
Yeah,
the
makeshift DJ.
Yeah, I was like, did the guy at the store put your dad's band on purpose just because you were there? And she was like, what? I was like, your dad's band was playing. And she's like, it was? And then
she didn't even notice.
She's like, I didn't notice.
That's the move.
Yeah, and I was like, she out-cooled me.
It would be even stranger if, like everywhere she went, that happened. Like
yeah.
Starbucks, or like going to buy a shirt. It's like, oh, fuck, they're playing that same song again. But I think it's cooler how she didn't even recognize it.
Yeah, it was like a next level of cool that I never saw coming. Of just like, she's just like, what are you talking about? The music that was playing really loud when we were in the store. Didn't even faze her. Anyway, but let's focus. This is it's this. I famously derail all things on this show.
I encourage that.
But what inspired you to make this movie? It's such an interesting story. I'm trying to speak about it and not do any spoilers.
Yeah, I get it. I think
because it's like it's a rockumentary in one way, and then it's
a documentary in
and then it's
a narrative in another, sort of.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin. I don't want to. I'm not sure how much we want to give away to the viewer, other than to tell them to go watch it.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, I think it was kind of a hybrid. I live out here in LA and started out as an actor and was doing like TV and independent stuff, and that was fine and fun. But then I started gravitating towards music again, something I did as a kid, and I think I wanted to. I think at the time I was watching a lot of music documentaries. The 30th Century Man, the one about about Scott Walker. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
That one was pretty heavy for me, and Searching for Sugar Man, and then like, the one about George Harrison, the Dylan ones, of course. And I just loved learning about these musicians' lives through like this archival footage, and I figured maybe there was a way to do a musical that wasn't lip synced in real time about a famous person who wasn't famous, but you approached as if they were, and trying to see if the songs could help tell the stories. So I think we're all kind of bombarded when we see like narrative films or documentary films, or sometimes like news footage or YouTube clips. It's like we know what's real and what's fake in such a way now with all these camera phones, that I wanted to kind of blur the line between how much of this is real and how much of this is fake, as sort of a reflection of this day and age,
Mm-hmm. Well, it worked. Like I was like, because I just put it on without doing any. I just put it on blind, and I was like, I know tons of music. How did I miss this? And I was like,
yeah, the first few minutes, it's like very convincing.
Yeah, I was like, how would I not? This seems like it would be right up my alley. How do I not know this? I'm like, and the first scene I think is the drummer for the Pixies. I'm like, well, he loves the guy. Like, I love the Pixies. You would think, how does this guy know of something I don't know?
Totally, yeah.
And then I was like, I gotta sit with this a minute.
No, I like that. Yeah, actually, Ray Cappo, who you mentioned, he watched the whole film, and then he like emailed me and was like, dude, I've been Wikipediaing my O'Malley. I can't find him anywhere. And then he saw the final credits. He's like, oh, I see what you did.
Yeah.
But that was kind of, I think, part of the comedy with, I'm a big fan of Christopher Guest and, these mock documentaries, even though that's played for laughs, so to speak. I think, the golden age is a comedy in its own right. It's just not engendered to, for like haha laughs, but sort of a satire on fame. And can we go with the story, assuming someone's known if they're not, and, upside down and backward, upside down and backwards. A lot of it is, in this era. So I kind of wanted to just kind of take the piss out of it, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, it was great. And it worked. It faked me out, and then it's played in really well. It must have been a blast to do it. Did you compose the music for the film, or like, did you like compose it and then insert it into the film?
Yeah, I was like writing the script, and and I wanted to do a musical, even though I don't really like musicals, but I liked the idea of doing one that wasn't lip synced, and so I had to write the songs according to the script, and then figuring out where I was while shooting it within the script, and hoping that the songs could help tell the story in an organic way, the way like a scene would. So kind of doing a spin on the musical, but like in a docu way. So I was writing the script and then tracking like the drums and the songs and the pianos, just to like have a framework for it, and recorded a lot of the parts and the vocals for it, but then redid a lot of the vocals in the film, so it was played real. So it was like I kind of did it backwards a little bit. Like I recorded the album, and then I went in and did the different parts for the film and filmed it, just because I needed to have that structure to know if it was going to play,
Yeah, and people can there's the music is available as well, right?
Yeah, it's on Spotify. Justin Conrad, The Golden Age. But it was hard. I got to be honest with you. Like writing those songs, like writing an album as is like its own beast, and then doing it with the script, and then filming it and the angles and making sure everything's set to knock it out in those 3 or 4 takes live. So it was a labor of love, but it was more work than I thought.
And then how long did it take to complete? Did it really take 10 years to do the film?
It was probably about from beginning to end, like starting with the script to the very finish line, but it was probably about 5 intense years, and then like 2 intense in the editing room.
Wow.
And then editing like the parts together live and all those, it was pretty wild.
And everyone, we have to get you the Dave Hill Goodtime Hour spike. where the views go and people comment like, we don't understand. There's been this surge of activity. This is what happens whenever people come on this show. Whatever the thing is, a movie, album, book, whatever, just a massive surge. Everyone, you can watch it on Amazon. You can watch it on Tubi. Is that right?
Yeah, you can watch it there, Vimeo on demand, but most people are watching on Amazon Prime. If you've got an Amazon Prime account, you can watch it and
just get on there.
And then I'm releasing a book from Maya O'Malley's point of view, like this fall, that I've been working on for about 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Kind of fills in the blank from the film, but isn't like told like a 3-act structured book. It's kind of like his memoirs while on tour, so to speak. So that's what I've been doing there. That kind of fills in the blanks, because you can only tell so much in a film. It's just funny, like you want to say whatever you need to say, but you have to kind of tell it like a macroeconomic way, because you only have 100 minutes to kind of get.
I think that's why series are like so super popular now, just from like a storytelling standpoint.
I agree. I think that's why film is kind of dying, because people want this elongated, slow, dose. Whereas the 3-act structure, kind of like a classic album type of thing, is what I kind of grew up on. So I'm just so drawn to that art form, even though it's dying to some extent.
I'm doing better with series because of just my inability to watch anything after dark for more than like, it's so rare when I can actually watch a movie all the way through and Grandpa doesn't nod off and have to be like, which point, where did I nod off last night?
Totally. I know, because everything's moving so fast. I think everything, whether it's advertisements or clips or media, it's just such a blitz. So when I edited this film, it was like I knew I was slowing the audience down to fit a certain rhythm or heartbeat that I wanted them to go along the ride with me for, to really slow down during the familial stuff especially. And it's risky to do that in this day and age, because everything's so sharp and fast and edited quick. But as a director, it was like, I think I read from some of the great directors, Paul Thomas Anderson, Kubrick, all those guys. It was like, at the end of the day, all you really have to trust is like your own tempo or your own ability to say like, okay, I stand behind this, I'm pleased with this. So I knew I was kind of playing with fire, slowing it down. But I think it's hard for a lot of people, like you said, not to nod off, because we're so bombarded by this frenetic culture.
Well, I prefer, I think every week I start talking about Finnish movies on the show, but because I went through during the pandemic, I started watching all these Aki Kaurismäki movies, and they're all like, have you seen his movies?
I haven't, but my friend is a big fan.
Oh, okay. Well, I like your friend already, but I became obsessed. And now I go and rewatch his movies, but they're all like, the pace and like dialogue, everything is just, if you do as I did and only watch his movies for like 2 weeks straight, and then just put on a movie on Netflix, your senses will, like, I was just like, oh my God, movies are so crazy. Like, because everything is so just fast and loud compared to his movies. So all by way of saying, I really enjoyed the way you did it in your movie, because I'm all for slower, all of as it's how I talk. It's better for me.
My quarantine movie that is your version perhaps, but I don't know if you've seen Phantom Thread, but that was like my quarantine lullaby that I might have watched like 50 or 100 times.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I need to see it. Chris or Dez, have you seen it?
Which one?
That's the
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah. I had not seen that one, but I love him.
Daniel Day-Lewis. It's this kind of wild love story, but I think it's kind of
shoe salesman or something.
What's that?
Is that the one where he's like a shoe salesman or something? Some kind of tailor.
He's a tailor, like a wardrobe stylist for women in like the period piece, and it's very slow in that same context you're talking about, Dave, but so good, and I think it was kind of autobiographical about the madness of being a creative entity, as is Paul Thomas Anderson. And if you get a chance, I recommend that. Not that I trump your version on the finish too.
Maybe I'll watch it tonight. See if I have the fire.
Not
this late. Sometimes I surprise myself. Sometimes I can do it. I can put on a movie late at night and just be right there the whole way through. But other times I usually have to start them by like 8 o'clock. Otherwise, it's getting really risky whether I'm going to make it.
I get it. Preaching on the choir.
So, what are you? So you're working on the book now, or the book's all ready to go?
Yeah, it's pretty close. Doing that and kind of working on another album right now. Just kind of demoing it out.
Chris, can we get the Golden Age? I'm
having all sorts of issues with my
damn it, Chris.
Chrome and Spotify, so I can't access like anything.
Fucker. You had the card ready to go.
I know, it's not. I can't. It's a Zoom / my computer issue. Sorry.
God. Sorry. This is why we need those super chats. I got to get that super chat money. I don't think we have any super chats tonight. Justin, the super chat is where people pay.
Oh yeah.
This way their comments go right to the top. But I don't, and that's how we'll save up for Chris to get a computer that is post 1998. It's fully loaded with all
it's a Mac from 2012 and it's on its last legs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My Mac, I'm jinxing it by even bringing it up how old my Mac. I can't believe how long. I don't know when it's from, but usually I can only get like 2 or 3 years out of a Mac before I spill a glass of something on it or something happens. And this one has weirdly been hanging on. It's maybe in its 4th year or something.
This is the one I used to edit the film, and it's on its last legs. It's got like squirrels barely chugging along, getting the hard drive chugging. But yeah, I can relate. Computers, the backup, the new thing. It's just like, I try to get a new one every album to just like, all right, cleanse the palette. Let's start fresh. But it's like,
yeah, I'm
leftover bugs.
My hard drive is getting to be like, I download like anything, like a 34K document, and it's like your hard drive is full.
Totally. That PDF, just send it over the edge.
Yeah, then I have to like go and be like, what do I really have to be honest with myself in, like, because it's mostly music that I realize people don't. I don't even know how people listen to music now. I don't think they listen on their iTunes. I don't, but I have a bazillion all this music anyway. All by way of saying, I need to clear my hard drive. Not to brag. How do you film? Where did you film the movie?
Some of it in LA, and like some music studios here.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of funny, like a commentary on the music business, because not many. Like these big studios are used for, I guess, major artists, but everyone comes in to just like run their mixes through the board, so no one's really technically recording in those the way they used to, because everyone's using these home studios or smaller studios. So I was able to get access to these really nice studios for uber cheap, which was wonderful for like production value. So there's a lot of that in LA, and then I shot some in India and out in the desert. And
what was that like?
It's pretty wild. India's wild. It's I don't know. We just kind of, I had like a list of different places and kind of had different images in my head, but I had to like be willing to surrender to that if something else, came into our purview. But it's just a very colorful country, a lot of great tones and pinks and purples, and
Yeah.
Just tried to use that as a backdrop for a journey, to escape this past episode.
How long did you spend over there shooting?
I shot 2 different trips there, about a month each time, and then just mostly shot in LA, different recording studios. Yeah. It's hard when you shoot a documentary. It's like in opposition to narrative, you kind of have like certain rules that you can't cross, or else you'll tip your hand that this is being staged or narrativized, if I can put a word in there. So it was like I had to be very conscious. There's like a certain parameter in which you can go. And then in other aspects, with musical aspects or tying in images with music, you have a little bit more leeway to do like dolly shots or do something more artistic or more narrative that can infuse into it. So it was kind of trusting how well I could ask the audience to come along with the ride or manipulate, like art exaggeration of the truth. And I can't remember who said that, but it's like, you never realize that more so than when making a film.
Yeah. And then there's some like live performance things though that are like, more less doc look.
Yeah, for sure. I have a funny story about that. So there was this the Palace in LA, which I can't remember what it's called now. But at the time I was managing an apartment building, and one of my tenants was like the sound guy there. And I got him into this unit really quick, and he was so happy because he had to move. So he let me use like the stage there with the lights and everything, and brought the band in. So it like had that real feel, like this is a major gig because it's a huge stage and all that. And then just keyed out the audience and put in. And so, it was a lot of like, I was using like every resource I could to try to like,
wow,
finagle it all.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But it's gotten out there quite a bit.
Yeah, you mean the film?
Yeah,
for sure.
It's all over the place, and I mean, and it's here on the Dave Hill Goodtime Hour now, which is
that's even more.
Very few films make it here.
I'm glad I passed the barometer of your threshold.
Very few. And do you have another film in the works?
I have some ideas, but it's like I don't know. It's so much work doing it, and I'm not sure in this day and age people are able to sit down and really take it in the same way of like listening to vinyl or whatever. So I don't know. I mean, I might, but I don't know. It's a big commitment, and there's more time and energy and finances to put into it than you can imagine. So. Oh, yeah.
Chris, was that you that got the text message?
No, it wasn't.
God damn it.
I think that was me, and it's on airplane, so I don't know why it did.
I'm just kidding. It was just my excuse to yell at Chris. Anyone familiar with the shows, I think I knew it was you, but I wanted to lash out at Chris.
I mean, honestly, I should have taken the blame for our guess of that.
You should have taken the bullet.
I'm taking the heat on that one. I'm so sorry.
And I've done it. We have a super chat from Matt Arnold, who has no comment unless the comment itself is just $1.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the comment. But thank you, Matt Arnold. The support is overwhelming. We're grateful. I think we have are you able to stick around, Justin, as we bring our next guest, Tierney Tough, on?
Sure. Absolutely.
Chris, do you have her?
I do, and in the nick of time, I was able to get up the Golden Age poster.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Look at that. It's gorgeous. Talk about, I mean.
That was at East West Studios where they did Pet Sounds in a smaller room, and I think this is called the Frank Sinatra room. And it's this huge room, and that microphone is like called a Telefunken 251, which is like the holy grail. I think they're like $20,000 or $30,000. So
yeah, like old.
Singing through that thing was just it captures everything. It's beautiful, and that's my whirly I brought to the party.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And some mushroom tea sitting in the tea canister.
Oh, like psychedelic mushroom tea?
A little bit.
Nice, excellent.
Just a little bit.
Just a
little bit to try to, go full John Morrison in the Hotel California. Jim Morrison.
I like it. Chris, do we have Tierney ready here?
She's ready to go, yeah. She's on the screen already.
Okay, let me botch her introduction as well. Justin, thank you so much for joining. Thank you. He's going to slide on down the couch, and we're going to welcome my dear friend. You know her from such rock bands as The Pauses, and she has the great new solo EP out now that I think I'm accidentally starting. Oh, I didn't. Thank God. That would have been really unprofessional. But we're going to play. There she is. Ladies and gentlemen. Wait, where is she? Oh, there she is. Oh, I have to hit my little button. Tierney Tough.
Hey. Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, really great.
This
Tierney.
is Arrow.
There's Arrow. And we're here already with Justin Connor, producer, director, writer, composer, star of the Golden Age. And Tierney has a brand new EP out. Wait, what?
Oh, I just got this free Telefunken shirt. You were talking about Telefunken.
Nice.
They sent me a little care package because I use their M80s.
Oh, nice.
I never...
Humble brag.
I never would have expected there would be Telefunken swag paraded about. Oh my gosh, there's stickers for people listening in the futuristic podcast format. Tierney Tough is showing off. I didn't realize that. I thought they were just like an old company that just nailed it a long time ago and wasn't making T-shirts and stuff now too. They
only buy their T-shirts. I don't use their microphones.
Oh, that's half the battle, really, is the merch.
I'm kidding. No, I sent him. I just did a video using an M80, and I sent them the video, and he was like, he loved it. And he's like, I want to send you a care package. I'm like, awesome. So he sent me all this stuff just out of the goodness of his heart. So it was really cool. But I love these. This is my pink one that I use on stage, and then I have a chrome one as well.
That is the Telefunken M80.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I can't believe how quickly the show is shifted into just being a commercial
for
Telefunken. Starting with Justin's rightful endorsement of their microphone. Both of you guys. I mean, they're great.
Free stuff, though.
I know. This is, on the long list of the mistakes that I make. Just add this to the list. Not really knowing how it works. I should be like, oh, what would make this show better? Aside from a new host, is a Telefunken microphone. Telefunken microphone would make all the difference in the world. You could really hear my awkward pauses.
You heard the clarity in my...
It's I have not met Justin Connor before, but Tierney, you and I go back.
We have a rapport.
We've spent not nearly as much time as I would like together, but we spent quite a bit of time together.
Yeah. I was actually just thinking my last show was with you that I ever saw. We'll ever see again.
I was thinking that same thing. Tierney, I believe you're talking about when you came to see Live from Here at Town Hall. That not a big deal. I just so happened to be appearing on Town Hall. Whatever, not a big deal.
You were great. I loved it.
I was so incredible. No, there was a lot of Maria Bamford was on the show. Los Lobos was on the show.
It was pretty stacked.
It was stacked, wall to wall.
And you and Chris Teal, Teal, he just loves you.
I love him.
I can see it in his face. He's so excited, and whenever you tell a joke, he's just there for it. He's so into it.
Oh,
It's
all
so
I
fun to
need.
watch.
I need just a few million more of him on planet Earth, and then I'll be swimming in telefunken microphones. But yeah, we went to that, and then I should just lay it all out. What a cool. I think maybe subconscious. We must. The pandemic was locked and loaded because this was December 14th, 2019, I believe, was the date.
Sounds right.
I do this show. Tierney's there. Los Lobos is there, and Los Lobos is playing another show. After that, they're going uptown to play another show, and their drummer Bugs, who is friends with another dude I know, is like, "Hey, do you want to go?" And they were so nice to me. They were like, "Hey, do you want to?" Sensing, that I was just wandering around aimlessly through town hall. They were like, "Do you want to do the cool thing and hang out with the rock band?" They didn't say it like that, but that was the subtext. As they were saying, like, "Do you want to hang out with us? That would be pretty cool, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, that would be pretty cool." Mm-hmm. And so I hung out with them, and then they were like, "Do you want to come to our show later at this other place I can't remember the name of?" And then so Tierney and I went to that. Tierney was the only woman at the Los Lobos concert.
Under 60.
It was a sea.
I wouldn't expect that from Los Lobos. I don't know why. It just doesn't seem like
that's not true.
No,
there were Voices concert or anything.
No, it's like more. No, there were women there. I'm just saying.
They were older women.
If Guided by Voices concert is a great place to meet a 45 to 50-year-old man. A Los Lobos concert is a great place to meet a 55 to 60-year-old man. Just saying, if that's your sweet spot,
boom.
Yeah, you would have been. And that's not bad. That's just that's not bad at all. I'm just saying that.
I never seen them before, and I was absolutely blown away.
They're amazing.
Fantastic. Yeah. And then the fact that you took me to like a private show and then we hung out with them backstage, I was just like,
yeah, not to mention the hang.
Great last show I'll ever see.
Yeah, it was top tier all day long. It was, we partied with the band. They were all the nicest guys in the world.
They really were.
And and then
I got so drunk. Oh my God. I went home to AJ's place where I was staying and just threw up everywhere.
Did you really? This is not true.
A little bit in the bathroom.
All right.
I wasn't really planning on talking about this, but yeah.
No, I feel like in the last few sentences we veered into just private
personal
information. Yeah, just stuff that the listener doesn't need.
Well, I just don't drink normally, and I was trying to keep up with you, I think, and it just,
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
It was just don't apologize.
And then a pandemic started. A pandemic started as a result.
It's the last time I'll ever throw up again.
Well, let's hope not. No, let's hope it probably is.
No,
it was gosh.
It was a blast. I had so much fun.
But yeah, that's the last time.
Yeah.
That's the last time the world was free, was when we went to see Los Lobos, and Tierney was swimming in a sea of older dudes.
But I didn't take advantage of for some reason.
Well, no one knew there was. Had you known there was a pandemic, you were like, I better strike.
Yeah.
But let's focus. We've gone, we've gone far down You have your debut solo. You are known as Tierney Tough of the Pauses, but now you've broken free. You're still with the Pauses, though, right? Or is
Yes.
this? Am I about to get an exclusive?
No exclusive. It's
Oh, okay, good.
We're still going. We're working on an album right now.
Oh God, this is a relief. It would have been awkward.
Yeah, it would have been, but it also would have been great because you would have got the exclusive.
I know. Well, I try to get exclusives on this show.
I can give you an exclusive if you want.
Sure.
I just booked a really cool show today that I think you will be very excited about.
We'll see.
I think I'm gonna guarantee you will be excited.
Okay, well, let's speculate here. Let's let Justin Connor weigh in as well.
Okay.
Will Justin be excited, or do you feel like you don't know?
I don't know Justin yet enough.
You don't. Just going with your gut. Okay, just tell us. Can you tell us?
Yeah. So I just booked a show, probably my first like legitimate solo show, at a festival where I'm playing right before TLC.
Nice.
Oh my gosh!
Playing Crazy Sexy Cool.
Where is this?
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Well,
no way.
Yeah.
I know they're touring with Bone Thugs and Harmony. This I knew.
That is unreal.
And they're from Cleveland, fellow Clevelanders.
I'm excited.
Like myself. Wait, where?
This is in St. Augustine, Florida.
This is the greatest concert of all time. Already,
you would
just
be
based
excited.
on. Oh my gosh!
You gotta come. You should come.
I'm
should
like
come.
literally
Oh my God.
stretching my neck so I don't go like some.
TLC
I knew you would be
and
so
Bone Thugs.
excited.
That's great.
I love
like-
TLC. Where do you stand on TLC, Justin?
Oh, I dig them. Baby, baby. What was that?
Yeah, baby, baby,
I
baby.
got so
Yeah,
much
that's from the.
love.
I mean, thank you for that because that's from the first album. That's how I know you're for real.
Yeah, they had some hits.
If you were just like breaking out No Scrubs or Waterfalls, I'd be like, yeah, anyone can do that, Justin. But baby, baby, baby.
I was trying to go touch obscure.
I think very briefly, Dave, you use "Baby, Baby, Baby" as the theme song for the goddamn Dave Hill show.
Aww.
I think I did. I was playing it pretty often. Yeah, I love that. Don't even get me started. That's a song. I do this a lot, where I'll like a song so much. I did this with Beyonce's "Irreplaceable," where I just listen to it over and over, and just analyze it for how amazing it is, and like why it's so. And I did that with "Baby, Baby, Baby," and the thing that it's when Chili starts singing, "Long as you know that I can have any man that I want to, and that's actual and factual, but still I choose you." That section of the song, oh my God, and it comes twice, and the second time you're like, oh my gosh, they're doing it again. And it comes at like unexpected times, because they really, anyway, I'm just going down a hole. What I should do is go back to school and go to get my master's and write it on "Baby, Baby, Baby."
Yeah.
That's what I should do.
I think so.
But this is, my dissertation.
My first cassette was "Ooh" on the TLC tip, and I wore it out. I just loved it.
Your first cassette in life?
And what else?
I mean, I thought you were referring to maybe your first TLC cassette, and I was going to go, duh, that's the first album. What would be the other option? But in life, because when I think of my first thing, it's came out or sooner than that. Oh my gosh, the cops are coming.
Shit.
The Dave, you talk about TLC too much. Cops are coming. It is like
what was your first cassette?
I don't even know if I bought cassettes, really.
I remember what mine was. It was the soundtrack to Cocktail, the Tom Cruise movie.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Someone got a 5-year-old that for his birthday.
Wow.
This Cocktail.
How's that playlist?
Does that...
It's actually, from what I remember, it's pretty good. It was like Buddy Holly and Beach Boys and...
Yeah.
Kokomo was on that. Yeah.
Wow.
That's the one with John Stamos, right?
Yeah, he's on that. He was in that
video. Yeah.
What was your first single?
Ooh.
Mine was Janet Jackson, Black Cat, which is a great song.
Ooh.
It's a rockin' song.
Mine might have been CNC Music Factory.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Jeez, I'm going to age myself on this one. I think it was the Pretenders Back on the Chain Gang.
Oh,
that's pretty cool.
That's a good one. Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's too cool.
I know. Chrissy Hind.
She's amazing.
She brought it down.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
I think my second one was Susu Studio.
Oh, Phil Collins. Yeah. We never got to the bottom of what Sussudio means. We'll never know.
It meant I'm not going to play drums anymore.
Yeah. My bandmate's studio's name is Stu Studio.
Oh, that's
you like puns.
It was hiding in plain sight.
Jason says hello, by the way.
Oh, your bandmate, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I met. Just to bring everyone up to speed, our friend, the hilarious comedian Greg Barris.
How we met.
He set up a mini tour. I think it was 3 shows in Florida. Mm-hmm. And it was with not the full band, just the Pauses duo.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember. It was Tampa, Orlando, and then the 3rd Florida city, right?
I think it was just 2 shows, maybe.
No.
It felt like a month for some reason.
It felt like a month. Oh, I think it may have only been.
No, you played. I know you did.
I did 3 shows.
I called you.
I know that.
I said, hey, do you want to come play this coffee shop tonight?
So that was the 3rd show.
In Orlando, yeah. But that was really fun. That was probably my favorite show.
I know it's all coming together.
Yeah.
But yeah, good times in Florida.
Did you have a good time? I worry about it because I thought it was really weird.
I did. I mean, there were aspects of it I would have handled not differently, but my reaction to them I would have handled differently.
Like the people who are heckling you?
I've grown as a person.
Do you remember those?
I don't remember anyone heckling me. Now I feel bad. I don't remember that.
Then never mind.
I don't remember. I guess I only remember like what I was wearing. That's all I remember from anything.
The mom and her daughter in the record store were heckling you like the whole show. It was just like, oh my God.
Oh,
Shut
yeah,
up.
we did. Yeah, I don't know. Well,
positive heckling or
just like don't talk at all.
Yeah.
Just interjecting everything he was saying. It was so awkward.
Yeah, which isn't that good.
But I'm glad you don't remember it.
Were they heckling your seersucker suit?
No, I didn't. The seersucker suit hasn't really made as many appearances as a seersucker suit. I think more than any other fabric. When you get it, you think, well, when will I not be wearing this? And then you get out into the world and you're like, wow, not as many seersucker opportunities as I had anticipated when I marched this to the register.
Plus, then you got to get the tailor.
Yeah, it needs a tailor.
Are they on the level too? It's a lot of considerations.
Yeah, too much.
Have you guys been wearing real clothes?
Yeah, not to brag.
Tonight.
That's good.
I'm wearing. Yeah, I wore. I've been wearing real clothes.
Everyone's wearing pants tonight, right?
I'm wearing. Yeah. What about you, Justin? Are you wearing real? What? We haven't defined real clothes.
Yeah, sometimes some days out here it's pajamaville, but
Okay.
You know, during the pandemic, it was like a steady trough in pajamas. But yeah, I'm back into the clothes sector.
Okay.
Lately.
Dez.
Pants all the time.
Pants.
No question.
I realized I was wearing track pants quite a bit, and then I got back to the big city, and I was still walking out in my track pants, and then I realized, not because not trying to suggest anything, but I felt all of a sudden a vulnerability wearing just track pants. I felt like I feel like I need a sturdier fabric on the streets of New York between the world and my genitals.
The legitimate concern.
Yeah, I was just like, I feel like not that I think people are looking to take a shot at me, but I was like, I want it to
like
meet
a paparazzi kind of thing.
No, like, you know, like just a quick shot to my goods. Like I was like, I want them to have to hit some fabric, not just.
Because they could just pants you and.
Yeah, just have their way with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about that all the time.
With my genitals, I was just like, all of a sudden, I was like, I need to double up here. I'm not just going out like the one, you know. That's kind of where it's been for me. We haven't even talked about A Farce to Reckon With.
That's okay.
But I mean, I want you to feel the same spike. Oh, we're getting the cover up. This is massive.
Oh, that's me.
That's such a great cover. I want you to
Thank
feel
you.
the same spike that Justin Connor is going to feel with the Golden Age film.
Oh my God, I just got a text that said I just made $1 million.
This is exactly
from this
right.
show.
I like this cover. It has like a good, it has like a 70s movie quality to it.
Yeah.
Have you heard that before? Or is that just
No, I haven't.
Just a shocking insight I've come up with? Like in this, your character that you play has been wronged in some way, and soon everyone will die. But we root for her.
I like that. That's
I
didn't even think
see.
of that.
I'm
was
really
going
good
for more like, I mean, unintentionally, it's kind of like a lockdown photo, right?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the intention. It just kind of happened with my friend who was taking photos of me in Athens. He's like, "We'll just go do this window thing," and that's the one that came out cool. Thanks.
I love it.
Me too.
And now that we've gotten the title burned on everyone's brain.
Yeah, and I made $1 million.
$1 million. $1 million.
It kind of looks like Lisa Loeb, but like like a cover she would have wished she did. You know, it's like more pensive.
I take that as a very high compliment.
Yeah,
I love. Lisa
I think it's
Loeb.
a high. Me too.
For sure, I mean it.
The song "Waiting for Wednesday" is like perfect. Tales, oh my God, perfect record.
Now I'm gonna go. I was gonna go Justin Connor, The Golden Age / Tierney Tough, A Farce to Reckon With listening party tonight. And now I'm gonna throw Lisa Loeb into the mix. These will be my post-show jams.
I actually have a Lisa Loeb story if you want to hear it later.
We have 5 minutes left.
Then I'll tell you.
It takes more than that?
No.
Well, why don't you just tell it?
I did merch for her, and we were invited. My friend and I were invited to her next show in Tampa. So we went, and then we watched the show, and then we went backstage, and we were playing the piano back there, and she came out, and she's like, "Can you guys please stop playing?" It's like I was showing my friend a song I had just written, so I was just like,
oh man.
Oh no.
I was just crushed. But we were like invited to dinner, and like we my friend made us late, so we didn't make it. But that's
so you were backstage and you started playing the piano?
Yeah, and it's like, those green rooms. There's no ceiling, so everything's kind of open air. So it was just loud, and I get it.
I got it. I love you, but I'm siding fully with
absolutely.
Lisa Loeb on this one.
We were young and dumb, We were just like,
I could not be more on Lisa Loeb's side on this one.
Absolutely.
I didn't expect to rush to her defense, but
I encourage you to rush to her defense. I totally agree. I think we were just dumb, but I was also like, oh, okay. But,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel better, and I think it will. I have a friend. I won't even name him, even because he might not want me to say his name in conjunction with his story, but he was on a photo shoot. He was working at a magazine. They were doing a photo shoot with Jimmy Page. You may have heard of him. And Jimmy had brought some of his awesome Jimmy Page guitars to the photo shoot to do photos. Shit. And so he finished. He's like, all right, I'm done taking pictures with this amazing, iconic guitar. Let's grab this other one. So they hand it to my friend, and he's supposed to walk it over and set it down in the case. And he gets down, and before he does, he decides, I should probably play a couple licks on this before I put it in the case.
Wise move.
And Jimmy Page was like, could you not do that? And he was just like,
yeah. You learn real fast. You're like, okay.
Yeah. So I think
stored in here. I'm not doing that ever again.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like you got easy with the Lisa Loeb chastisement.
That, and then my interaction with Bjork. I don't talk to celebrities anymore.
Wait, you have a Bjork story too?
I do, but I don't. Do we have time? It's not a good story.
No, don't. Let's save it for when you come back. I tell the same Bjork story pretty much every other episode of this show.
Okay.
As anyone who's listened, it takes 45 minutes to tell the story.
A ton of stories.
It's all positive.
We can go on forever.
I have had nothing but amazing times with Bjork. Let me just leave it at that.
That's awesome. I'm jealous.
We only have a minute left. I'm gonna make you tell me the Bjork story next time. This is how we keep them coming back. Everyone's like, well, we have to.
All your embarrassing stories.
Yeah.
I love it. I have a John Popper one. I got a list.
I
have the guy from Creed. I have a story about him.
Okay. So, we may need to extend the show another hour immediately.
Return appearance.
No, okay. You got to come back as soon as possible. We need these stories.
I met John Travolta last week. I mean,
wait. Oh, you were okay. Give us 1 minute of that. How did you meet John Travolta?
There's a studio here in Gainesville, and I went to record a live session. And the guy was walking me in the studio, and he's like, "Hey, just so you know, it's a little weird right now. John Travolta's here." I'm like, okay, that's like a big bomb to drop right now. So I found out that he lives in Ocala because Scientology.
Well, he has the airport, I think.
The airport and the church.
Is that in Florida?
It's midway between Gainesville and Orlando. So
he lives there, not full time.
Yeah. So his daughter was recording her solo album, and that's why they were there. And I saw him drive off in his big truck, and I talked to her for a long time about her solo record, and it was just bizarre. So this is what happens to me.
This goes back to the very first thing we were talking about with Justin, when you're talking to the child of a very famous person.
I didn't realize.
How do you play it?
Yeah, did you restrain yourself, be like, hey, any great welcome back Cotter stories you can share?
No. She asked me what I was doing, and I told her, and then she was like, excited to know more about what I was doing and asking me like, "Oh, did you play everything on your record?" And like, she was so sweet.
Do you like Grease or Grease 2 better? Because my dad was in both of them.
Staying Alive.
It's amazing.
But I have been watching some John Travolta films lately because I was like,
because he's your dear friend now.
Staying Alive is a great.
I haven't seen that. I just watched Saturday Night Fever for the first time, and it's like really hard to stomach.
It hasn't aged well, but Staying Alive is just kind of I think Sylvester Stallone's brother. What's his name? He did all the music for it.
Okay.
Frank Stallone. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Well, and Sylvester Stallone directed.
Okay.
We're going on a cliffhanger here. We're out of time. You got to come back. We need to dig into all of these.
Are we gonna play Tierney's music video?
Oh, let's do that. Let's say goodnight, and we'll go out on the video. We got to do that. You should have interrupted me. You should have told me, reminded me sooner. God damn it, Chris. So let me thank our guests. Justin Connor, thank you so much.
Thanks
for lowering your standards and joining us tonight. Everyone, go watch The Golden Age. It's great. And what's the title of the book that's coming out?
It's called A Day in the Lives.
Yes, that's right.
An homage to A Day in the Life, the Beatles. So.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Did you watch the McCartney 3-2-1 series?
I haven't seen that.
You should. It's on Hulu. I just finished it. It's amazing.
Awesome.
I try not to use that word, but it's like really cool.
It's good, Des.
Yeah, absolutely. Highly recommended. So far, at least.
And I would also like to recommend the new Tierney Tough EP, A Farce to Reckon With. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Tierney. Thank you, Boy Criminal Chris Gersbeck. Thank you, New Jersey Chicken Rancher Des. Thank you to everyone watching live while we tape this, and thanks to everyone listening in the futuristic podcast format. If you'd like to support the show, and really, why wouldn't you? Go to MaximumFun.org/join and give it till it hurts. Within reason. And so now we'll see you next time. And here's Tierney Tough's new single, Apartment 54.
Thanks, Dave.